Welcome everyone to the new series, the Outpost Report, bringing you the latest news from the AOE 4 community. Today we have a jam-packed episode discussing the Clash of Lash finals, some drama after the Clash of Lash, we have the Winter Team Championship qualifiers, and the AOE 4 World new content. So stay tuned for all of that and more. Clash of Lash was an amazing tournament. I really enjoyed this one. This one it was a 2v2 tournament. It paired a pro with a silver 3 through platinum 1 player. And let's take a look at it. Lash, again, was the main host. We had Liticor and Killer Pigeon provide the casting on EGCTV channel. We had Vodka as the observer on that channel. We also had the French streamer, the Sniper AOE, cover it. And then we also had a variety of players stream the event. So a lot of footage on it and a lot of viewpoints, perspectives. Lucifron and Angelica took home the first place prize, which was $3,000. Second place was Core and Julius Caesar. Third place was the Mista and Matrix. And then fourth place was Beastie QT and Baywood. I really enjoyed this tournament, and I think overall the community just loved it. The matching the pro with the not so pro person just made the strategies and the gameplay just very, very interesting. You know, as you can see, BCQT is one of the top players, but just because he was in the tournament, you didn't know if he would, beat some of these individuals, because you also have the not so pro player also playing a factor in it, and just seeing the strategies that they use. But in the end, you had Lucifron and Angelica pull it off, and it was amazing to see some female representation in the community with Angelica, and then also 3DB's partner Jessiology, which both Jessiology and Angelica are both streamers, so they're well known in the community and just provide great content, great gameplay. So it was just nice. And you can see here all of the pros: Crackety, DynRDB, Wham, Lash, Vortex, Casva, Really Unscaled, Muslim, Puppy Paw, and Salami, and Zerton. So just overall a really, really great event. So it was just really surprising when some drama unfolded from the tournament. But the drama is stirred up when a few organizers posted this Reddit thread on why we won't do tournaments anymore. And again, this is not Lash, this is not Gentle Borix, this is a few of the organizers wrote this. These organizers just really upset with the pros not checking in on time, or if they couldn't make it, not communicating with the organizers that they couldn't be there. They were upset on EGCTV's side of it. There were some issues with the Observer and Vodka's internet, and the organizers just thought this was unprofessional, and they should have found a better Observer that didn't have internet issues. And then there was just some other complaints here. I'll link this thread here if you haven't read it in the description down below, so you can fully check it out. But it was just really unfortunate that, they called out EGCTV, they called out some of the pros. I understand as a tournament organizer that there's a lot of frustrations. I get it. There is a lot of work that goes into it, and I know that they put a lot of time and effort, their heart and souls into organizing it, and it is frustrating when things don't go as planned. But they did mention here in the chat here that this was their first tournament that they organized. It's a learning experience. There's going to be issues, especially when it's your first time. You're going to see a lot of these pitfalls. And instead of writing a post like this and, calling out the pros and EGCTV, there could have been just a lot of valuable feedback. Again, I know this sucks, but all tournament organizers deal with it, especially in esports or at least in the AOE 4 community. You're going to have a bunch of people sign up, not be able to attend. There's communication issues. People aren't going to read the handbook. To sum it up, I think the organizers of the Clash of Lash just prematurely made this post. They were just frustrated in the moment they wrote this. I think down the road that they'll regret this, learn from your mistakes, move on. And I really hope to see them make more tournaments. I hope they don't leave. This was a great tournament. It was fantastic. Just take, those struggle areas, those issues, and try to find solutions the next time you do it. So another team tournament that we had was the Winter Team Championship. This was a mixture of a 2v2 and a 3v3 team tournament. This Saturday, Sunday, we had the qualifiers. 3 people qualifying on Saturday, 3 people qualifying on Sunday. On Saturday, in the first pool, we had 3 beavers and a turkey, which is 3 Canadians and Cassava pull off and get that first spot in the qualifier. In pool 2, we had 3D Clan pull off a win for the second spot in the qualifier. And then in pool 3, we had a Fat Penguin. So those were the 3 teams on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we had Villager OP. I know it doesn't say it's finished, but Villager OP pulled ahead and got the first, or I guess it would be the 4th spot in the qualifiers. First spot on Sunday. And then the second pool, we had Kimchi, which is the one Leenock is in. And then on pool 3, we had FYF, and this was just a crazy. I think this bracket, I think, played for 12 hours on Sunday, or nearly 12 hours. It was a long day for people in this bracket. So shout out to these competitors and sticking it out and playing a 3-2 for that last spot in the qualifiers. So those were the 6 qualifiers. You may ask, well, where's the other 2? Because there are 8 teams that are qualified for the tournament, and we have the 8 teams right here. So we have the people that were automatically qualified was the champs, which is BCQT, Marine Lord, to Muslim, and Cyril. We had the Los Polos Hermanos, Lucifron, Mista, Vortex. They don't have a 4th person, so hopefully everyone shows up for the tournament. Again, this is a 2v2, 3v3 tournament. So if they don't have a 4th spot, there's not much of a contingency if they have something that comes up in their life. And then in qualifier 1, which was this last Saturday, it was 3 beavers and a turkey, which was Puppy Paw, Wham, Casfa, and I Am Magic. We had 3D Clan, which was B, Garneth, Dark, and Konu. Then we had Fat Penguin, which is, I can't pronounce that name, Louis MT, Yui Metal, and Neptune. And then we had Villager OP, which is Airstrike 900, Jinmo, Victo, and Esgon1102, which I'm not familiar with any of these players. So this was very surprising, these 3 players. I didn't really hear these names. So these were new players to me, and they pulled off their spot in the qualifiers facing Salami's team. So we'll actually go into that more. That's why I have it highlighted. So we'll just finish out the teams that qualified. On Sunday, it was Kimchi, which was Sort of, State, Leenock, and Eguz. And then FYF, again, I can't pronounce that, Flash, and Shiki. So hopefully I pronounced those all right. If I didn't, I apologize. But the reason why I highlighted Villager OP, because there was an upset in this qualification. And we'll see here that 8-Bit Army, which lost to Villager OP, they beat them here on Saturday, 2-0. But Villager OP beats 8-Bit Army. So they beat them on Saturday, 2-0. But then they lost to them here on their last chance to qualify the tournament. So it's just really unfortunate because you had Salami, Zerton, some big names in that team. I thought they were going to make it, but definitely a surprise and a shock, but great matches, and I hope to see them in future teams together. So again, I just want to say congratulations to these 8 teams who are moving to play this coming weekend in the group stages. With tournaments out of the way, I want to move into the AOE 4 World new content, which is called the curated content. Curated content, which is a place that content creators can submit their content that are guides, tips and tricks, build orders that can help the community. So there's a special place on their website for this material. It's easy to not only your own, but recommend someone else's work to be on here. So as you can see right here in this screenshot, we have the Conquest to Conquer guide by Iconic Play. So if you want to be a conqueror, check out this guide. Now, how to access this content, maybe your next question. And if you don't know about AOE 4 World, and you haven't been there, go there. It is the website for the AOE 4 community. It is absolutely fantastic. There is so much out there. So I just wanted to give a shout out to the team that upkeeps AOE 4 World, and just, shout out to the new content that they have on there. Now, if you navigate to AOE4world.com, you'll reach their homepage. You'll go over to the Explorer tab, and then you'll move down to Content. And then you have this curated content, which, as you can see, we have how to play Ruse, the choice of Landschnechts over Men-at-Arms. Is this Age of Noob? Yeah, so just a lot of content here, and you can filter here through, if you want some guides, We can go all, or maybe. Oh, and then you got some content creators here. Oh, we can go to this iconic play. Good material here, and we have that guide there. So check it out. I really highly recommend it. Again, useful guides, build orders, tips and tricks. So check out their site. With that said, this pretty much wraps up what we have this week to push out in our news report. I hope you all enjoyed it. This coming weekend, we have the group stage for the Winter Team Championship. We'll be covering that next week in our next The Outpost Report, so make sure you check that out. I hope you enjoyed this. Put down in the comments if you like having a news announcement, if you would like to see it weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. What would the community like? Let me know what you like. Again, thank you very much. Ace McCloud out.